Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time zone you're in. This is the expat Israelite. All praises to the Most High, Yudewave, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in the name of the Son, Yudewave ben Yudewave, and the Holy Spirit. This is going to be a short video today, non-scriptorial. I've been in these YouTube streets for about 5 or 6 years. Not my own channel, but going through the conscious community and through black sectors of social media. Never before have I seen a time in which we're allowing an emotional issue to become the #1 issue in the black community. Let's say hypothetically that every black person in America, I'm talking about the tribe of Judah, decided that they were only going to date and marry black. You know what the elephant in the room would still be? You know the biggest thing that would still remain is the lack of educational, a lack of economic, and a lack of political independence with the purchasing of land and the building of infrastructure. I'm going to say that again. If every black person decided to date black only, marry black only tomorrow, the elephant in the room would still remain. That would be the lack of political, educational, economical independence, the need for purchasing land and building of infrastructure. Those things would still remain. We're allowing, like I said, an emotional issue to become the biggest issue in our community, and it's not. Do you know why most black men, and primarily athletics or entertainers and athletes, why they date white women, why they date outside of the race? Do you know why black women primarily date outside of the race? For black men, it is a social issue. It is an issue of social status. They feel in their mind by dating a white woman outside the race, it gives them a bigger look on the social status. For black women, it's 100% economic, and to believe that they're securing a better future by swirling with a white man or dating outside of the relationship or outside of the community. So we have to look at this. We have to look at it because once we start improving ourselves, once we start becoming more independent, more self-sufficient, more economically and socially powerful within this society, then we'll start becoming more attractive to each other. That's a fact. For example, the #1 interracial dating situation is Asian women and white men. So Asian women, they're not swirling with men that's beneath them economically, beneath them on the social ladder. They're swirling with another group of men who have a lot of economic might. And now we're looking at each other and we're starting to become unattractive towards each other because of that. If you want to put a dent in swirling, you want to put a dent in interracial relationships, the way to do that is for us to come up on a social status, for us to come up economically, be independent and more self-sufficient. And we'll start looking better towards each other. That's a fact. So that's what it's about. That's not the #1 issue in our community. I'm going to tell you a story that happened a few years ago when I was still in the military. I was flying through Seattle, Washington, and I had stopped overnight. And was in a hotel. It was around 7 o'clock at night. And I decided that I was going to give me a bite to eat. Excuse me, I turned the aircon off so you guys can hear me better. And I went in the Chinese restaurant, placed my order, and another elderly sister came behind me. And she made her order and she was talking to me. She said, you know, the food is good. I've been coming to this Chinese restaurant for about 2 years. You know, and she had a little boy with her. She ordered about $20, $25 worth of food. And the little boy was thirsty. He wanted some water. And she had spent about 25 bucks. So, you know, she didn't want to buy no bottled water. She just said, can I have a cup of water for my grandson, a nephew, whoever it was. But it was a little young brother with her. And they said no. So she's been spending her money at that Chinese restaurant for a few years now, religiously coming every Sunday, coming in there, spending her money. And I know other so-called black people have too. And that's how they respect us. They know they can disrespect us and we'll keep coming back. So I said, stop what you're doing. I'm canceling my order. I'm at the hotel right behind you. If you want to call the police, call the police. I asked her, I said, you still ordering here? She was giving me she was giving me some excuses. So she still accepted that. She'd been going there for a few years now after church, spending her money. And they wouldn't even give the young brother that was with her, her nephew or her grandson, a cup of water. See, she was not biracial. The young brother was not biracial, so you can't blame that on the media. That's not Hollywood. That's not the Mexicans. That's not the Latinos. That's not the white man. You know, it's us. That's the problem in the black community, is defeatism. We'll accept anything. And we keep giving our money to other cultures. If you want to talk about a race relationship problem that black people have, it's giving their money to other races. That's it. That's the problem. So I was out. I did not want to spend my money in a Chinese restaurant that would not give a young brother a cup of water as much as we come in there. That's our problem. So our problem is we've been in America for 400 years and we have not created a nation within a nation. That's our problem. So nobody can force us to give our money to other cultures. Nobody can force us to be not to be independent and self-sufficient. That basic thing right there by walking out, if we had both walked out, it would have sent a message and spread the word to everyone. That's the problem. The problem black people have, our number one issue is not the conspiracy of swirling interracial relationship. I know I can't say that word. That's not our biggest issue. Our biggest issue is defeatism, self-sufficiency, and independence, and stop and giving our money to other cultures. So explain to me how you have all these black people going to church, and they're leaving church, and they're giving their money to Chinese people. How many sisters in the church know how to cook? Why aren't we giving $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a plate to those black women that's cooking for us and providing a service, and that money is circulating, helping them getting certified in culinary arts, and certified in catering, certified in food service? So that business we can put in our community and that money goes back into our community. That's what we should be doing. That's the problem with black people. Instead of giving that money to the collection plate, we should be trying to give that money to build up people who want to do something for the community. There should be no black people leaving church and going to an Asian restaurant, eating all the time in Seattle, Washington, or anywhere. Shouldn't be doing that. That's black people's biggest problem, is we're not self-sufficient and independent. We need to produce and make our own goods. We need to stop and start refusing to give our money to other cultures. What type of people? Also, I know some black people who are married to black people, in relationship with black people, that have passed a black business by and give their money to someone of another nation. So you can't blame that on swirling. Of course, swirling is wrong. But we can't put all of our time and energy on an emotional problem that's second rate. The number one problem we have is doing for self, and we need to stop giving our money to other cultures. We need to start being self-sufficient and independent. We need to start purchasing land and building our own homes and turning those homes into personal and private business that facilitates that entire community or that Pacific area that black people live. But that's another video. This is the Expat Israelite. I'm out. Shalom.